Hi, this is Jeffrey Deaver. This video is part of a series of frequently asked questions that I'm recording about my new book, the Colter Shaw novel, The Goodbye Man. And we'll start with some questions right here. You must have researched cults for your latest novel, The Goodbye Man. It's some really scary stuff. Talk a little about your research and cults in general. One of the great things about writing fiction is the ability to do research and to learn things. I was a journalist a long time ago, and what I liked best about it was doing all the background information, digging up information about the topic I was writing about, interviewing people to learn about it. And as a reader, I enjoy that too. I like to pick up a book and learn something esoteric, something I had not known before. I do this in all of my books. In The Never Game, the first Colter Shaw book, I researched a lot about the gaming world, the video gaming world, and Silicon Valley. I found that quite fascinating. For The Goodbye Man, the subject is cults, and I knew very little about them. I did write a book called The Sleeping Doll a few years ago. It was about a Charles Manson kind of character who had ensnared some young women into his family, very much like Manson did, but that was a very small operation. I wanted to write in The Goodbye Man about a big cult. And I'll tell you where the idea came from. A few years ago, I was working in the city as an attorney, and a woman in my office came in to see me, and she said, "Are you doing anything Friday night, Jeff?" And I knew her, and she was smart, funny, attractive. She was single, I was single. And I thought for about 3 seconds, and I said, "Friday night, no, I'm free." Well, I assumed it would be drinks and dinner, maybe get to know each other, but that was not it at all. She was recruiting for a cult. We ended up at the, I think it was the New Yorker Hotel, big hotel in Midtown Manhattan near Penn Station, and went into the ballroom where there were hundreds of people. And I knew what was going on, and I thought, well, I'll stick it out and see what's happening. And the cult leader walked onto the stage, and everybody went mad. They were in a frenzy. All the followers applauding, shouting, chanting, and it made me very uncomfortable. I'm not a joiner. I'm not I don't play well with others. I'm not a true believer in the sense that they would want a believer. All of us potential recruitees were assigned to somebody. It turned out it was not the woman I thought it was going to be my date. She handed me off to a more, let's say, ardent recruiter kind of person. And we spent like 2 hours talking about things, or not talking about things, just staring at each other. That was one of the exercises. And I couldn't get out of there fast enough. But it did leave me with the feeling that this is a force to be reckoned with. The individual giving up his or her own sense of themselves for the common group good or evil, as the case may be. I kept that in my mind, and I came up with several book ideas. It didn't quite work out, but then finally I got the idea to have Colter Shaw go undercover in a cult in Washington State. And I don't want to give anything away, but we see that the organization I write about, apparently it seems nice on the surface, but we get into the dark underside at one point in the book, and I think I'll let it go at that.